guys, what's going on? Mike the Caveman Q here again from Paleo Problem, Long Island, MikeTheCaveman.com. Today's question is bone broth actually bad for you?
I'm the caveman.
And the answer is no. No, it's not. Now, I've talked on a number of occasions regarding the health benefits of bone broth. And the fact of the matter is that still remains. Now, when it comes to the dangers of bone broth, there are two primary concerns that people have with it. One is free glutamate, and the other is heavy metals, particularly lead. With the free glutamate issue, oftentimes we're looking at a very loose definition of glutamate. The reason being is confusion between glutamic acid and glutamine. Those are both similar but independent amino acids. Now, they can interconvert, but they are absolutely different and have different physiological roles. So let's talk a little chemistry. Now, that glut is generally referring to a structure that looks something like this. And at the bottom of it is an amine, an NH2. So glutamine, right? From there, if you go and replace that NH2, that amine, with an OH, it becomes a carboxylic acid, at which point it becomes glutamic acid. Now, if you shave off that hydrogen, what's going to happen next is you're going to end up creating glutamate, which is the salt version. Now, if you attach them, like say, one sodium, you now have monosodium glutamate. Yeah, one sodium, one glutamate, MSG. Now, that definitely can be a problem. That MSG and other free glutamates are excitotoxins, meaning they can cause damage to your brain. Now, the key is, though, that many of those glutamates are actually bound, meaning they're linked up to other amino acids. But when it's being cooked, the thought is that eventually those get broken down, releasing free glutamates, similar to that MSG, which in turn can be excitotoxin, which in turn can cause brain issues. It actually causes leaky brain. Now, the thing is, we have no way of measuring that. At this point, it's very unclear how much of the glutamate that's released is in a free glutamate form, the potentially dangerous one. Moreover, different foods like salmon and lobster and beef and chicken are actually going to have a lot more of glutamic acid. And if we don't know which form it's in, well, then we can't really say that bone broth is inherently dangerous. On top of that, in many of the hit pieces on bone broth, what happens is that glutamine and glutamic acid are used interchangeably. Not okay. But let's move on to the next point of the potential for heavy metal toxicity. Now, the fact of the matter is, yes, heavy metals can be stored in bones. It's a way to basically protect your body from it just running around freely causing damage, causing oxidative stress. The thought here is that poor quality bones from animals that were exposed to those heavy metals could have built them up in their bones, and then when you make that bone broth, it gets released, particularly in the context of added vinegar. The acidity might bring out the heavy metals. And in fact, a study done in 2013 based on broth made from chicken bones did find higher levels of lead in that broth than were found in the drinking water. However, the levels were still exponentially lower than what could be considered dangerous. That being said, heavy metals are definitely a serious issue, and as such, you should choose the best quality bones you can. Find bones that are coming from pasture-raised sources, ideally on a small local farm, away from industrial areas. Provided you take care of that, then yeah, bone broth, gonna be okay. So, your biggest takeaways are that no, bone broth is not bad for you. The free glutamate issue is overblown. It often comes from a misunderstanding of the difference between glutamine and glutamic acid. From there, it's unclear how much free glutamate is actually found in that bone broth. If you're worried about the heavy metals, again, make sure you're choosing the best quality bones you can, and you'll be on your way to having a much better quality food that's going to help to heal you. Either way, hopefully it helped you out, guys. You know what to do. Like and subscribe down below. Share it with your friends. Head over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Mike the Caveman, over on Facebook at Paleo Problem, Long Island, and of course, over at MikeTheCaveman.com. That being said, have a wonderful rest of your day. Go drink some bone broth, and I'll see you tomorrow. And the answer is possibly. Now, that comes with confidence.
I'm the caveman.